Warm greetings to every seeker, not to those who only hear with their ears, but to those who listen with the quiet of their spirit. There comes a moment in every path when information no longer satisfies. Another book, another lecture, another borrowed quote, none of it fills the hollow inside. And in that emptiness, you begin to notice something. The answers you chase are not scattered in the outside world. They have been whispering within you all along, waiting for your stillness, waiting for you to stop explaining, stop defending, and simply become. Yet here lies a hidden truth. When you first stumble upon something profound, when a realization shakes the way you see existence, your instinct is to share it, to talk, to prove, to pour it out. That is natural. It is the mind grasping for validation. But wisdom carries a different command. Be silent. Not because your discovery is shameful, not because it must be hidden, but because what is sacred loses its strength when revealed too soon. A truth is like a seed. It does not survive if pulled from the soil at the first sign of life. It must be sheltered. It must root itself before it is shown. When you speak too quickly, it is not the truth that needs attention. It is the ego. We talk to be noticed, to be praised, to be seen. But wisdom cannot grow in the soil of vanity. It takes root only in silence, in discipline, in the lived embodiment of the truth. And so, awakening feels heavy, for your eyes will begin to see differently. What once dazzled, you will feel shallow. What once entertained you will sound like noise. You will drift from places you once longed to belong. And in that distance, there will be loneliness. The kind that tempts you to explain yourself, to justify your change. But silence becomes the greater teacher. In silence, you stop convincing. You start embodying. Power does not come from how many people hear you. Power comes from how deeply you live what you have found. There is a law the wise rarely speak of, not because it is fragile, but because it must be lived to be understood. Speak wisdom too soon and it loses its anchor. The first spark of realization is not yet a flame. It feels electric. It lights your mind like lightning. But if you rush to carry it, you burn yourself and others. Insight without embodiment is like sacred water poured into a broken vessel. It leaks. It is lost. To share prematurely is to hand a delicate treasure into careless hands. They will doubt, dismiss, even mock it. And if your roots are not deep, their doubt will shake your clarity. That is how the ego deceives us, making us believe that sharing too early is generosity, when in truth it is self-sabotage. Real mastery does not announce itself. The tree does not cry out when it bears fruit. It grows in silence until its shade is undeniable. Your transformation is the same. It is revealed not through explanation, but through presence, through stillness, through the way you carry yourself when no one is watching. And when you hold your silence, something else begins to happen. The wisdom continues working on you. It reshapes how you wake, how you listen, how you walk away from what no longer belongs in your life. These quiet shifts become unshakable strength. Others will feel it before you ever speak it. But understand this, not all are ready. To bring light to those who still love the dark will not awaken them, it will only disturb them. Imagine people asleep for years in a room of shadows. You rush in with a lamp, believing you are helping, but to them your light is painful. Not because it is false, but because it breaks their comfort. Truth at the wrong time is no different than falsehood. This is why timing matters. Wisdom must be lived before it can be spoken. If others are not asking, if they are not seeking, your words will sound like noise. Only when they are ready will they listen, and they will not come to argue. They will come to learn. Until then, your example must be your message. A butterfly does not lecture a caterpillar. It simply flies. Your way of living, your discipline, your stillness, your presence will become the invitation, not your explanations. Silence is not weakness. It is strength under control. It is power without performance. True power does not shout. It does not beg to be seen. It simply is. The one who has walked through storms, who has faced their own shadows and endured their failures, carries a weight that no performance can imitate. Such a person listens more than they speak. Their calmness unsettles the chaotic. Their stillness carries authority without needing to demand it. This is restraint, and restraint is the signature of true mastery. Not everything you know must be displayed. Not every realization must be spoken. Power is not what you show. It is what you withhold. Each time you resist the impulse to react, each time you choose stillness over noise, you refine yourself. Your awareness sharpens. Your energy is preserved. Your actions become deliberate. And those around you begin to feel the difference, not because you try to impress them, but because your silence carries a weight that their noise cannot match. Even in love, even in relationships, silence often heals more than words. Sometimes people do not need your advice, they need space to find their own. Sometimes you do not need to narrate your pain, you need to sit with it quietly until it transforms you. Silence protects your vision as well. The more you talk about your goals, your dreams, your insights, the more they are exposed to doubt and envy. Build quietly. Let your success make the sound. Let your peace be the proof. And above all, silence teaches patience. The world will test you, provoke you, tempt you to argue, to prove, to perform. But the one anchored in silence waits, observes, and responds only when necessary. And when they do speak, their words land like thunder, because silence gave them weight. Understand this. The world does not need more noise. It does not need more explanations. It needs people who have lived their truths so deeply that their presence speaks louder than their voice. In the stillness of early mornings, in the quiet choices you make when no one is watching, in the discipline to walk away instead of reacting, in the patience to let your truth grow strong before you share it. This is where transformation lives. And when you reach that place, you no longer chase validation. You no longer waste energy proving. You no longer fight battles. Your soul has already outgrown. You simply are. Like a mountain, unmoved by storms, like a flame untouched by the wind. That is real power. Silent, rooted, untouchable. So when the world tempts you to shout your truth, pause, protect it, guard it. Let it live in you until it becomes unshakable. And when the time comes to speak, your words will not be noise. They will be light. Because wisdom was never meant to be shouted. It was always meant to be lived. And if these words awakened something within you, if they reminded you of the hidden strengths of silence, then stay close to this path, because Zen climb is not just a channel. It is a journey of rising beyond noise, of climbing inward towards clarity, discipline, and truth. So subscribe not only to Zen climb, but to your own transformation. Every step we take here is a step higher, a step deeper, a step closer to the life your spirit is waiting to live. Together we climb. In silence, in strength, in wisdom. This is Zen climb.